Like some bear left its calling card in the road. Hope that's a black bear, not a grizzly. Hey everyone, thanks for joining me and Spike on another easy camping adventure. I've arrived here at a spot in which I may spend the night. It's not exactly where I wanted to be. I actually wanted to be on top of this little knoll here behind me about 100 yards away. But boy, the wind is howling right now, and so I found this spot, and it's protected from the wind by the trees. It's not bad. Got a little fire pit which I won't need. And there's a sometimes view of Eagle Rock. Not Eagle Rock Mountain for some reason, just Eagle Rock. Now the road in here is not for the faint of heart. It's narrow, it's on the side of a very steep mountain, and you're constantly worried about, is another car going to come along, another vehicle, and you're going to have to find a way, probably back down to a wide spot or something. But there's no one up here but me, but I'm in the middle of the week. I also noticed on the way in something else. Some bear had left its calling card in the middle of the road. So I will certainly be setting up my intruder alarm tonight. I don't think there's any grizzly bears out here, but I just really don't know. This is very remote. There could be. Well, the clouds seem to be clearing out a little bit. After I eat this satsuma, I'll probably go for a walk down the road here and get up on this other campsite and see if there's any views yet of the mountains besides these. Well, it's about 2 o'clock. The clouds seem to have dissipated. I'm going to walk down here 200 or 300 yards to that other campsite and see if there's a view yet of the mountains there. I think it's still too windy to camp there. I'll probably just end up staying right where I'm at. Yeah, the fog is really cleared out. I should say the clouds. I'm up at about 3,900 feet. Should be a nice view over here now. Well, there's some blue sky. It's kind of hopeful. A lot of clouds too, so I'm not sure. So because of that super fresh bear calling card that we seen down there on the road, maybe 3/4 of a mile away or something, I'm definitely going to be using my intruder alarm tonight. I actually have an alarm sensor right there behind that piece of bark. There it is in there. Got it hidden behind this piece of bark. Since the alarm is a radar alarm, you see, it still detects right through that piece of bark there. It's going to stretch out 45 feet right over the edge here and about 30 feet from side to side. I can push the button here twice, push the power button there, and it switches to mute. But this will send a signal up to half a mile to my receiver, and I'm just up here around the corner, maybe 100 yards away or so. So anything that comes up this road, a bear, a human, a pickup, something like that, not a bird or a bug or something, it's got to be something kind of large, will set off that radar alarm. And I usually have my sensor number 2 set up on a tripod. It's not turned on right now, but I can take this and place it wherever I want to watch. Probably tonight what I'll do is set it up like maybe right over here. That way it will watch this entire area. Having it set up on a tripod like that means I can just move it around. So if I'm cooking, I can set it up behind me. If I'm sitting in my chair somewhere, I can set it up behind me. I can move it around to wherever I want it to go without having to mount it really. I just stand it there on that tripod. I did a video a while back just about this alarm, and I'll leave a link in the description to this video, to that video, in case you want to find out more and get an alarm like this yourself. I highly recommend it. And I don't want to come off as an alarm salesman or an alarmist, but when there's a big, huge bear right near your campsite, it sure is comfortable and comforting knowing that you've got a quality alarm system watching your back. Well, I'm just out for another evening stroll. It's about 5:30 in the evening. I'm going to head back to camp and start getting dinner ready. I brought hot dogs. I'm going to roast a couple hot dogs and have some potato salad. I took down the canopy. I was just basically using it for shade. That'll make packing up tomorrow all the more easy. I also set Spike up on his blocks there, so he's fairly level for sleeping in. And I got my fire pit here set up so I can go ahead and start dinner. Well, got my accoutrements all set up to have my wiener roast. Fire's going. It's 6:15. That's dinner time. Oh, that looks good. Hot dog number 2. You know, there's a lot of really good things about camping. There's the beauty, there's the serenity, there's the solitude. And one thing that's really good are the dinners off a campfire. Hard to beat that. Especially when you roll all the aforementioned things together. Eating a flame roasted hot dog, looking at the beautiful mountains, the peace and tranquility of the location, the solitude. Just one big happy package deal. Boy, the wind kind of died down here. It comes up here and there, we get these little gusts, but the mosquitoes came out. As soon as the wind dies down, the mosquitoes are terrible. So I had to fire up the thermocell there, and it actually works really well, even out here in this big open space with a bit of a breeze. It's about 7:30 now, and it's 48 degrees. Sun's still up, but it's going to be cold tonight. I didn't know it was going to be that cold. Wasn't quite prepared for it. But I'll be fine sleeping in Spike. I'm not worried about it. Just that I don't know if I'll be able to stay up very late. If the wind keeps up, it'll blow all the heat from the fire away. Well, it's getting on to be about almost 10 o'clock. It's 40 degrees out here. Kind of got ripped off. I was hoping there'd be, you know, a colorful sunset, but it was still a beautiful evening. I'll probably stay up a little bit longer, but I've sort of got the camp all arranged. Got my remote control light set up there on spike, so if any visitors come in, I've got my one game camera there and my intruder alarm there. Got another intruder alarm down there. You already seen that one. Got a game camera sitting there on the front of Spike, and I got a game camera on the tree over there, just in case there's any visitors tonight. You never know. But I'll be sleeping safe and sound inside of Spike. Well, I guess it's about 10:30 now. In fact, I know it is. I just looked and it's 39 degrees. 10:30 is about as late as I'm going to be able to stay up. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. I'm going to crawl into Spike, go to bed. I'll say goodnight and I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning, everyone. Definitely didn't rain last night, but it sure was dewy. A lot of humidity in the air. Anyhow, give you a look around here. Get the camera to work. Look at that. Turned out foggy. At least it's foggy up here, I think. Down in the valley, it's just clouds on the mountaintops. So, see how wet everything is. Alarm never went off last night, so no visitors. That means the game cameras don't have anything on them. But this is not the kind of morning where I like to hang around and linger. It's only going to take me about 10 minutes to pack everything up, so I think that's what I'll do, pack everything up and head back to warmer climes. Well, I guess that's it. I've got everything picked up and packed away nice and neat. Didn't take too long. I still have to stop on the way out and pick up one more alarm and that one last game camera, but I also had to jump start Spike this morning. That battery is about 5 years old now, and it sometimes goes dead if the refrigerator runs all night, like it did last night. On the way out, I'll have a couple satsumas for breakfast. Didn't really feel like hanging around here in the fog and the dew trying to eat, so I guess that concludes another easy camping adventure. As always, I really appreciate your being there, hanging out with me. I hope you join me on my next adventure too. Till then, you've been easy camping with Dan Dog and Spike.